Okay, hello all. In this afternoon, I would like to deliver my new project about analyzing in human resource department about the data, about how to extract the data from the raw data until into MySQL to processing to until in Power BI or business intelligence to deliver my findings towards the data. So here's the raw data. We can see the CSV file. I open it with Chrome. In this raw data, we can barely see the structure of the data. So first of all, we have to download the CSV file into into file. Then we open it with Excel file with Excel. I got this data from Iran Arch in Human Resource Network MySQL for BI. There is a few guidelines I follow in here, primarily in cleansing the data. So let's get started. After I download the CSV file, then I open with my Excel, and you can see the structure of the data from column, rows, and so on. So in this data, we can see there's a few columns. There's ID, ID of employee. There is first name, last name, birth date, gender, race, department, job title, location, hire date, term date, location city, and location state. So in here we can see in this column, in term date column, there's a few records that doesn't have data in there. So this it means that the the employee not yet resigned from the company. Besides, if there's data in some date, so you can see here 2024, 2012. This data tell us about the employee have been resigned in this date. And then there is location city and location state. Location city and location state tell us about where the origin of the employee. Okay. After that, I open the CSV file with MySQL. I import it into MySQL. First of all, I create the database. Here I have been made the database, the schemas. It's called Human Resource Analytics or HR underscore analytics. And then use HR analytics, it means that these lines we will use this uh, database or schemas. Difference with if we typing use Sakila. This line tells us about we will use the database from Sakila. Then I hit the control enter. Then the bold statement, the bold font we will find in here. But right now we will use database of HR underscore analytics. Then we will select all from HR to see how the data in tabular form. For your information, this data is have been cleansing with before this presentation have been delivered. So in raw data that I downloaded from the source, uh, the column of the employee ID is called this word. So I changed this column name to emp underscore ID with variable character is 50. Then I will see the table of HR. We can see the employee ID, the type of the employee ID is variable chart 50, and then there is hire date, term date with date format and birth date, and age is integer. So I changed the data format which have been changed before to years, month, and day. I use update statement with MySQL. Why I use this update statement for for changing the data is because if we only use select like this to change the type of the data, we will change only when we select the table. But difference with update HR, we will change the data type in in the database directly. So we have to watch out, watch closely about what will we do in our database. And to do this, to do the update HR statement, we have to set the mode of MySQL to save updates equals 0. So we can change the data type. Same here, change data format inverted column to format to inverted, then uh, I change format to this format using case 1. Same in here, in higher date, I change the date format from the raw data to to this format. Change data also in here. So in raw data, the data that I download in source of in website, um, if the term date is doesn't have data, it will contain 00. So to evaluate this, to tackle this problem, I'm using terminology of now to represent the absences of the data I'm using now. After that, I'm adding each column with with uh, this function times time difference from year of birth. I'm using year from birth date and current date, so it will tell us about uh, the year of birth date and the current date that right now is 2023. So we move forward to the analytics using MySQL. After this cleansing, the data is uh, already clean. So we can use to visualize a few simple visualization to our dashboard. But there is a few questions that we need to processing first to get the data. Like first of all, what is the direct link of employment for employee who have been terminated? So we are looking for the effort range of the employee that uh, has been terminated. The time of the employee is working in our company. This statement using abbreviation with group by department and then the order by with time term years. Time term years, this column is contained with the difference between term date and hire date. Then we will looking for the average, then the rounding the number to easy to understand. The difference between term date and hire date is mm, represent with days. So we divided this number with 365 to get the years. Then we average that. Then we round the number to two decimals. How many job title and company I'm using this thing to looking for the 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 difference job title in the data, and then I'm using count to tell us how many job title in the company. You can see I need to enter. You can see the data is accounting, department accounting. There is 31 job title, and the engineering there is 87 job title, and so on. So this the next question is which job title has the highest turnover rate? I'm calculating the turnover rate using total termination divided by total employee in each department. In each job title, I mean, I'm sorry. So you can see if we only want to see the highest ratio of the turnover rate you can see with or by, but there is some problems because this ratio is divided total term by the total employee. You can see the total here. Ah, when we divide the total term with total, which means one by one times 100, we got the 100% of turnover rate. So this is not good for our visualization because even we got the ratio, the highest ratio, but the number of the termination is very, very small. So I'm using multi-level sorting using total term descending with ratio descending. Yeah. And then in here, I'm using subquery to get the table with job title department, and I'm using alias as total term. Same with the job title. I want to find the department that has a highest turnover rate. We can see from the ratio the highest rate is from auditing. But we can see from the total sum also there is very small number of total termination. So I'm using multi-level sorting also with total underscore term descending. You can see from here the engineering department has the highest total termination with ratio of 10.71. The next is how has the company's employee count changed over time based on hire and terminate? So you can see from the data from 2000 until 2020, I'm using which statement to looking for data, the net employee. The net employee is calculating between hires and difference between hires and termination. So when we subtract the hires and termination, we will get the net employee in total. And the total employee is using uh, the number of net employee years before and add the total net employee in this year. So we can see the total employee in 2001, we will add from 189, 8 plus 919, so we got 1100 and so on. And this is will go on and on with adding from net employee years before. Like we can see from 2003, the total employee is calculating by add net employee from 2000 and until 2003. And the total employee is 2000 and almost 3000. And that's for the analytics. Thank you.